Ladies and gentlemen, the Durham probe is going to, almost certainly is going to or is investigating now Hunter Biden's emails. Now, he left a laptop at a computer repair store. You can't make this up. Probably in a drunken stupor, who knows? But, I mean, this is just normal. Democrats routinely have private servers or leave laptops in computer repair stores, and media overlooks this. Trump sneezes, and it's 2 impeachments, and he knew what others were doing. They committed crimes because of him. We just haven't proved it yet, and we're going to have all of these investigations. Meanwhile, they're deflecting. The real corruption is within the Democratic Party. The real corruption 20 years ago was within the Republican Party. Democrats were also corrupt then, but not nearly as corrupt as Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld. Now the corruption resides primarily within the Democratic Party. They have every social media algorithm. All of media is in the tank for the Democratic Party. And so much so that Twitter's coming out with earnings tomorrow. Cathie Wood, very famous investor, sold 143 million shares of Twitter a couple days back or a week ago. And that company's eventually going to go bankrupt. Who knows what will happen with the stock? I think it's going to go down tomorrow, but it doesn't really matter. It could go up. Eventually, it's going to go down from where it is now. The entire market is going to tank. The entire market is going to collapse. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel below. I will be doing segments again today on that channel. And that, too, will lead to Republicans taking over the House and Senate. But this investigation, the Durham probe, will not only expand once Republicans take over the House and Senate, but it's already looking at Hunter Biden's emails. It's already looking at the thousands of emails that have already been confirmed. Independent source confirms authenticity of Hunter Biden's emails. This is a Yahoo article. 2 crucial emails included among the material reportedly taken from Hunter Biden's laptop last year are genuine, according to new evidence presented. Okay, so a 2015 email, 10 held by H for the big guy. Hunter Biden's former business partner and recipient of the email said referred to Hunter holding a 10% stake in the deal for Joe Biden. Then you have a 2015 email from a Ukrainian businessman thanking Hunter Biden for giving an opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. This is while the man's vice president. This is while Mashed Potato Brains was vice president. Then you have emails, how can you use your influence on behalf of the company? And there are a whole bunch of other emails as well. Pay-to-play schemes. There's a $120 million deal that was brokered by Hunter that I talked about in 2 segments prior to this one. So they have, ladies and gentlemen, they have access to all of these emails. The reason that the Durham probe is going to investigate Hunter and Joe is because it is investigating now, currently, the people who set up and framed Trump. But the special counsel, because it's a special counsel, just like the Dress and Monica and Whitewater, the special counsel can investigate anything related, anyone and anything related to 2016. And I'll put that link in Lawfare below. So the probe is expansive, endless, broad, and there's not just one thing that Durham is investigating. If a law firm that Sussman worked for also worked for Joe Biden, which that was the case, then they can investigate people within that law firm. If that law firm or if other people were associated with Hunter, and they were, then Durham can investigate those emails, which will certainly lead to impeachment. So they're going to impeach Biden, and they're going to impeach him because of corruption, not because of, well, we think Trump did something with his tax returns. They found nothing. We think he was installed by the Kremlin. They found nothing. We think that he told people in January to do horrible things. He never did. He used the word peaceful, and the FBI already cleared him. They only investigate because they can't actually arrest or indict him. They can't even come up with a symbolic criminal referral. Hit subscribe, by the way, to this channel. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. I'll have a live stream tonight by around 9 p.m. Pacific on this topic. The Durham probe is heating up, ladies and gentlemen, and there are 3 things you have to look forward to. One is the impeachment of this horrendous president. They didn't like Trump because of his personality and his tweets. Well, now we have geopolitical crisis after geopolitical crisis, Russia, Ukraine, almost certainly China, Taiwan, all of these things taking place under Biden's watch. So what does the Kremlin have on mashed potato brains? That's what they would say with Trump. And you have not only that, an economy that is not rebounding, that with the most overinflated bubble of a stock market you've ever seen in your life. And they say, well, buy the dip. This is you'd have to be foolish to buy the dip and hold long term or whatever. Whatever you want to do after you buy the dip, it's not really like, the thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that the entire market's going to collapse. And I called this last year in the Federalist. But Biden not only has inflation that's rampant, running through the roof, everything costs more. Oil and gas are at all-time highs. Oil, there are options for $200 per barrel oil that traders are buying. Okay? This is all taking place under Biden. Crime, homelessness, all of these problems. More people lost their lives from you-know-what under Biden's watch than even under Trump. And they say they blamed every life lost under President Trump as his fault. But with Biden, there's no federal solution. So, I mean, the duplicity is unbelievable. The people who lie the most are the people who are most apoplectic and hysterical against Trump. They're the ones who accuse Trump of working with Russia when he was telling the truth. He never worked with Russia. There was no reason to even be suspicious. The whole racket was you had intelligence operatives that were loyalists of the Democratic Party. They came up with these absurd hunches or feelings or accusations or innuendos or baseless claims against Trump, and then they investigated those absurd baseless claims. You can't do that apparently now. Well, the Durham probe special counsel is investigating a whole lot. But you can't do that in media if it's a Democrat. You need absolute categorical proof right then and there. Well, you have the emails now. You have Hunter's emails. So there's this article, Hunter Biden's disgusting laptop, computer repairman reveals what made him call the FBI. I'll leave that article below. And so he had a whole lot of homemade you-know-what. Could you imagine what Jimmy Kimmel would do every night if Eric Trump Jr. or Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. had a homemade you-know-what? Okay? And then independent source confirms authenticity of Hunter Biden's emails. So the emails, and also the president's son used the worst word in the English language. Okay? So if there's outrage over Joe Rogan, there should be outrage also over Hunter Biden, but it doesn't work that way. There's a double standard. There's a tremendous double standard in our society. It's pretty unbelievable. Everybody sees what's going on. Even people who are highly partisan ideologues on the left, liberal Democrats, vote blue no matter who, they can't be accused of anything, but they can accuse Trump of everything under the sun. Even those people know that the emails, that Hunter's emails are confirmation that at least something shady went on. At least there are question marks about Joe Biden's honesty. He's corrupt, they say, but he's not as corrupt as Trump. Well, tell me where Trump brokered a $120 million oil deal with a company that is now sanctioned. Tell me when that ever happened by the U.S. Give me your thoughts below. He was brokering deals and, according to the emails, giving money to his father, who was vice president at the time. My God, how corrupt do you have to be? Like, I mean, how ignorant do you have to be of the corruption to just give Joe and Hunter a free pass on this and say that Trump is worse? They've investigated Trump forever. The difference between the investigations of Trump and the investigations of the Clintons is that the Clintons either committed crimes or circumvented or bended the law here and there. Okay, you can't have top secret intelligence on private servers. But see, Trump never had private servers with top secret intelligence that he managed to place on those servers somehow. Trump never had a laptop full of incriminating emails. Okay, Trump had a dossier purchased against him. They had to actually fabricate and purchase a myth just to simply bury and cover up the actual corruption on their side. The DNC cheating Bernie Sanders being an example of the corruption. But see, if you vote Democrat, you're used to being taken advantage of and completely steamrolled. That's your life as a vote blue no matter who person. You will accept anything because, God forbid, Trump presides over record low unemployment, less than 2% inflation, hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs, the Doha Agreement, which Biden botched, reversing U.S. foreign policy, Abraham Accords, first president to step foot in North Korea. All of these things that Trump accomplished, he did so without any media support. Biden is tanking the entire country only with media support, propping him up. And his poll numbers have tanked. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here tonight at around 9 p.m. They have his laptop. They have his emails. And the Durham probe special counsel is going to investigate, and impeachment is going to be one of the results. They're going to impeach this president because he's obviously very corrupt, and the emails show that. Give me your thoughts.